Hi, welcome back to Working Hands Making Stuff. Today, we're going to take all this plastic and turn it into... Stay tuned to see how we did it. Okay, so what we have here, basically, these are the internal parts of a SodaStream. I've already taken the thing apart. I'm going to keep those on the side protected. And these are the various plastic parts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sand these with a fine, probably 220 grit, and then I'm going to paint them with my own custom color scheme. Well, it's not my color scheme. I'm stealing a color scheme, but that's what's going to happen here. So you're probably just going to sit back and watch me. So I'm going to sand all these parts, and then we're going to paint it. So I'm going to put on some breathing protection, some eye protection. I'm just going to sand gently, and so you won't hear me. So this will all probably just be montage mode or fast forward or whatever. Okay, now that everything's sanded, at least lightly enough that the primer will hold, and everything is wiped down, so everything should be dust free, we're gonna prep to paint. I'm going to start with primer, just basic. I think I got this at Walmart primer, and we'll go from there. So okay, here we are with all our parts. So now I'm going to prime. I'm gonna wear gloves. And again, I will don my respirator. So you won't really hear me talking, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a couple of coats of primer on here, and then we'll separate the parts out based on the color that they're going to wind up, and we'll go from there.
Here we go.
Okay, so now that the primer is dry to the touch, let's start with some colors. First color, plain old Rust-Oleum white. Okay, so egg on my face. I thought I was recording the whole time. But it turns out I wasn't recording when I put all these pieces back in place. That's pretty embarrassing. This is the mechanics of the SodaStream itself. This here activates the CO2 to come in. And this is how you pop the bottle in and out. And there you have it. There's the little valve that activates the CO2. When the CO2 tank is in there, CO2 tank is pushing back on that. And this is the valve that pushes that down. So let's go check on the other parts and let's finish putting it together. All right, here's a couple more pieces that are dry now. Just gonna attach these. This is the button that activates the CO2. That just literally snaps into place right there. There we go. That's the click I was looking for. And this is the button that releases the whole top. The whole top piece comes out to replace the CO2 tank. So now to do this, this is a little tricky because it's got these little wings on here. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. All of that's actually going to be underneath the plastic. Only this button will show. Just a small piece of plastic between those two, just to keep them from sticking as the paint dries. There we go. And we'll bring that inside where the humidity is much lower than this garage. And we'll let that finish drying. Okay, now that all the paint is cured, dry, there you go. Pretty decent finish there. First thing I want to do, I want to get this in here. Now this is going to be tight because of the extra paint. So we're just going to gently squeeze it in place here. Oop, there we go. That's beautiful. Look at that. All right, let's put that aside. Next, right here, I want to put a little decal. So First things first, I'm going to take a small piece of tape. And I'm just going to place it across here like this. Okay. Next, le pencil. Und a little tiny flexible tape measure. So we're going to measure this here from there to there. We've got about, we've got 2.5 inches. So half of that is 1 1/4. So what we want is, all right. Oh, that's actually closer to 3 inches. All right, so from there to there, oh, no, not really. I should have measured this. It's 2 3/4 inches. What we want is 1 3/8, which is right here. So you're gonna put a little mark right there, just to indicate that center point. Next, we're going to put this pretty much centered on there. So, you're kidding me right now. I think I may have had my cut settings a little too deep on this. If I can't get this decal off, well, come on. Yeah, I cut too deep. I don't know why my cutter cut too deep. Try a better squeegee. I usually leave this part for my wife, but she's not available to help me right now. So here I am struggling. See this? This is an indication that I've cut too deep. If I can't get this up, I'm just gonna wind up changing my settings on my vinyl cutter and recutting it. Pain in the neck when that happens. got it. Lord. Alright. So that's that. We'll use the bottom edge. Okay. That was rougher than it needed to be. And just a little burnishing on the decal. We'll get that onto there. Voila. The decal. Take this tape off. Now, the mechanism. So to get this in, that button's gonna wind up here. We're gonna have to get that in past there like that first. So that's just a little twist to get the bulk of it in, and then right in. Okay. Now we have 4 screws. Go right through here. Ooh. Missed a thing. Okay. There we go. There we are. Okay, much better. Almost missed that tab. Now I'm just going to drive 4 screws in through the bottom here. Stainless steel screws, non-magnetic. Last screw. All right, now we're going to take the top, and this just snaps right on, pressure fit. Look at that. And now this is actually intended to come on and off, because that's how you reload your CO2. This is going to be interesting. Oh, that's in. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get a better shot of this in just a second here. But that is our SodaStream. All right, here it is. Finished product. My garage is a mess, as you can see. There it is. We say we put some CO2 in it and give it a test. Okay, here we have the new SodaStream fountain that I purchased. And this is the $10 Craigslist special that we just redecorated, revamped. So let's go ahead and get some CO2 in here. That's a little tight from the paint, but it's coming. There we go. And now, this is the tank that I recently refilled on another video. I'll have that link up here somewhere. So, let's put this on here. Alright, that's in. Place. Alright. SodaStream bottle. Water's not as cold as it should be, but let's see what we get. It's on nice and tight. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Let's give that a minute, and then we'll hit it a couple more times. Now we let it sit for a minute, and we'll taste it. All right. Well, we've got bubbles. We've got steam coming out of the top. Oh yeah, that's nicely carbonated. Wish the water were a little colder though. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this little trip, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button, the thumbs up button. If you have any ideas of other things you'd like to see me do, go ahead and post them in the comments. And so long until next time. Thank you.